The Galactic Council Station floated in deep space like a giant metal moon, glowing with blue lights and quiet power. Around it, hundreds of small ships moved like insects, carrying different alien leaders for the special meeting. Inside the main hall, thousands of eyes, tentacles, and strange faces turned toward the center stage where the legend of humanity was about to be discussed again. Most aliens were relaxed. Some laughed. Many whispered to each other with amusement. They all believed the same thing: humanity was only a story. For hundreds of years, aliens told their children scary bedtime tales about humans. Stories of strange creatures who came from a small blue planet and fought giant wars. Stories of humans flying through dark space with fire and iron in their hands. But every scientist said the same thing: humans were gone. The species never reached advanced technology. Their planet was destroyed long ago. There was no proof they ever left their home system. To the galaxy, humans were nothing but a myth. At the center of the hall stood Commander Zero, a tall alien with dark skin like stone and eyes that glowed yellow. Unlike others, he did not laugh. His voice was deep and shaky as he activated the hologram. A broken black device appeared, floating in the air. It was burned, melted, and old, but still recognizable as a human flight recorder. The crowd murmured with confusion, but some laughed loudly. "You bring us children's toys now," one alien shouted. Commander Zero ignored the insult. He pressed a control, and the recorder crackled to life. Static filled the room, then a human voice spoke, tired, desperate, and full of fear. "This is Captain Reyes. Terran Fleet. If anyone hears this, run. They are coming." The hall went silent for a moment. The voice was so different from any alien voice that even the ones who mocked the myth felt uneasy. But after a few seconds, the laughter returned. Many aliens waved their hands and dismissed the recording. They believed it was fake, or maybe a leftover from ancient human broadcasts, nothing more. Commander Zero stood firm and looked around the room. He told them that this recorder was found at the edge of the galaxy, near a destroyed star system. The planets there were burned. The moons were shattered. The metal remains of unknown ships floated in deep space like frozen bones. And at the center of it all, this recorder was found, still broadcasting its last message. He spoke slowly and clearly, trying to make them understand that something powerful had passed through that system. Something that left no survivors. But the Council did not want to hear it. They believed humans were too weak, too primitive, too emotional to ever create such destruction. Some aliens joked that humans probably destroyed themselves, if they ever existed at all. Others said the message was just an old echo drifting through space for centuries. No one took Zero seriously. While the council members continued talking and laughing, one young alien officer entered the chamber from the side door. His small hands were shaking. His breathing was fast. His eyes were wide with fear. He went straight to Commander Zero and whispered something quickly in his ear. Zero's expression changed. His eyes narrowed. His voice became urgent as he asked the officer to repeat it loudly. The officer stepped forward, swallowing hard. His body trembled as he looked at all the powerful alien leaders staring down at him. Then, in a shaky voice, he said the words that froze the entire chamber. "A signal has been detected, near the outer border. A signal we cannot identify. It is large. Very large." Some laughed again, thinking it was another small pirate group or a passing asteroid field. But the officer shook his head and spoke again, louder this time. "It is not one ship. It is thousands." Silence washed over the hall. Every alien stared at him, waiting for the next words, their amusement now turning into confusion and fear. The officer continued, his voice cracking. "The pattern of the signal, the structure of the fleet, the energy signature, it all matches the old human designs in our database." This time, nobody laughed. The council leaders leaned forward in disbelief. Many whispered in shock. A few stood up quickly, demanding confirmation. But the officer only nodded, unable to hide his fear. Commander Zero took a step toward the center of the hall and raised the hologram again. He asked the room a simple question. If humans were only a myth, then who is sending this fleet? The main screen behind him flickered, and an image appeared for only 1 second. It was blurry, dark, and filled with static, but the shape was clear enough. A massive human warship, larger than anything the Council had ever built, drifting silently into the galaxy. The aliens in the hall felt their hearts drop. Their eyes widened. Their bodies froze. The myth they laughed at for centuries was no longer a story. It was coming toward them. And it was coming fast. The news of the approaching human fleet spread like fire across the galaxy. Every alien empire, from the smallest mining colony to the largest war station, received the reports. Some dismissed them at first, calling the warnings alarmist nonsense. Others shivered quietly in fear. Deep down, every creature remembered the old stories. Tales of humans who fought wars larger than planets, who survived impossible odds, and who never surrendered. On the Galactic Council station, Commander Zero stood before the leaders again. The young officer who had delivered the first warning now sat trembling in the corner. Zero's voice was calm but firm as he presented the evidence. The planets along the outer border were destroyed in ways no alien weapon could achieve. Whole systems were vaporized, leaving only burned fragments floating in space. The remaining human technology they had found decades ago had shown impossible engineering. And now, a full fleet, millions of ships, was approaching, silent and precise. Some aliens still did not believe. The leaders of the KRYL, a tall, blue-skinned warrior race, laughed bitterly. Even if these humans exist, what can they do? They are few, scattered, weak. Look at our fleets. We have thousands of warships ready. They cannot survive one attack from us. Zero shook his head. You do not understand. They are not few. They are advanced. They are organized. They do not fight like any species you have known. And they do not forget. They do not forgive. The Council murmured nervously. Many had never heard Zero speak with such intensity. For the first time, doubt appeared on the faces of those who had always dismissed him. But there were still skeptics. Some accused Zero of fear-mongering, claiming he wanted to seize power by creating panic. Others said humans were extinct, destroyed long ago, and that any fleet approaching was probably a false signal or a cosmic glitch. Meanwhile, in the far reaches of space, the human fleet moved steadily forward. They were unlike any alien ships. Sleek, dark, and armored, their shapes were designed for efficiency and surprise. Engines glowed faintly, leaving trails of blue energy that faded quickly into the void. The aliens who had studied human war technology long ago could see some familiar patterns, but they also recognized things they had never seen before. Advanced shields, weapons capable of firing across light years, and artificial intelligence systems that could coordinate millions of ships instantly. Back on the Council station, the panic grew. Scouts sent to the outer border reported strange anomalies. Their sensors could not detect the full size of the fleet. Every probe that approached a human ship failed to return. It was as if the humans could cloak themselves perfectly or move in ways that defied alien physics. Rumors began to spread among the Council members. Some whispered that the humans were gods. Others claimed they were demons. Commander Zero called for an emergency vote. The Council had to decide whether to prepare for defense or continue to ignore the threat. The vote was tense. Many aliens wanted to attack the humans before they reached the inner systems. Others feared that any attack would be useless and provoke the humans' wrath. Before the vote could conclude, a message appeared on every Council screen simultaneously. The communication was in broken, simple English, a language few aliens understood well. But the message was clear. We are coming. We remember. You attacked us first. You destroyed our homes. We do not forgive. The room fell silent. Every alien stopped talking. Some paled. Some froze entirely. Even those who had mocked the legend could no longer deny the reality. The humans were not myth. They were real. They were here. The KRYL leaders slammed their fists on the table. We cannot fight them, one shouted. Even our largest fleets will fall. Zero remained calm. We must prepare. Evacuation, defense, diplomacy, everything at once. Humanity is not just another alien species. They are something else. Something stronger than anything we know. Outside the council station, the human fleet's advance continued. The distance between them and the galaxy's inner systems shrank every hour. For the first time in centuries, aliens who believed themselves safe felt fear in its purest form. Fear that this legend, the humans, was about to show the galaxy their true power. And in the shadows of the fleet, silent signals passed between ships. Humans did not speak much. They did not need to. Every ship, every weapon, every system knew what to do. They were ready. The galaxy, for all its empires and armies, had never faced a force like this before. On the council station, alarms blared. Lights flashed red. Commander Zero stood before the assembly once more. They are coming, he said simply. And for the first time, every leader understood the truth. The myth they had laughed at was now real, and it was unstoppable. Some tried to argue, some tried to plan, some prayed. But the humans were already near, and the galaxy was about to change forever. The council's screens lit up again, this time with a signal unlike anything the aliens had ever seen. It came from the very edge of the galaxy, far beyond the outer colonies. Every member of the Galactic Council leaned forward. Some trembled. Some whispered to each other in panic. Commander Zero stood tall, his yellow eyes fixed on the glowing monitors. This is it, he said. This is their message. The signal was strange. Unlike normal alien communication, it did not follow the usual frequencies. It flickered and crackled, sometimes fading completely, then returning stronger. Scientists tried to decode it, but every attempt failed at first. It was not just a signal. It was a pattern, a design, almost like a living thing. Finally, a young KRYL technician, shaking with fear, managed to isolate one segment. She played it across the main screen. A human face appeared, projected in pale blue light. It was Captain Reyes. His eyes were calm, his expression serious. His voice was clear, direct, and simple. No threat, no anger, just warning. You have ignored the warnings. You have destroyed our colonies. You have called us extinct. We are not extinct. We are returning. Do not mistake our patience for weakness. We do not forget. We do not forgive. The council fell silent. Many aliens could not believe what they heard. Some thought it was a holographic trick, a fake image designed to scare them. Others simply could not understand the words fully, but the tone, the authority in the human's voice, was enough to chill them. Commander Zero stepped forward. This is not a threat, he said firmly. This is fact. Humans are real. They are coming. They are advanced, organized, and dangerous beyond anything we know. You need to prepare, now. A murmur ran through the hall. This cannot be real, one alien shouted. We control the galaxy. No species can reach this far without our knowledge. But before anyone could respond, another signal arrived. This time it was larger, more detailed. Millions of ships were displayed in the hologram, moving silently in perfect formation. The projection showed their size, their patterns, their firepower. Even the most experienced strategists in the room were stunned. The humans were not a small fleet. They were enormous. Their ships were designed for speed, stealth, and destruction. Each vessel moved like a part of a single mind, coordinated flawlessly with the others. One of the older council members, a reptilian alien with scales black as night, hissed nervously. They are not just coming. They are coming prepared. This is a war machine. Zero nodded. It is not just a war machine. It is survival. They have rebuilt their strength over centuries. You attacked first. You destroyed their colonies. Now they are here to finish what was started. Panic began to spread. Some aliens immediately started giving orders to mobilize fleets. Others tried to evacuate key planets. The council room, once calm and arrogant, became chaotic. Shouts and alarms filled the space. Zero raised his voice over the noise. "Stop arguing. Stop panicking. You need to understand one thing. Humans are different. They do not fight like us. They do not negotiate like us. They do not fear the galaxy. If you attack them first, you will regret it. If you wait, you might survive, but only if you are clever and fast." Meanwhile, across the galaxy, humans moved closer. Sensors could barely detect them as they crossed the void between stars. Their ships glinted faintly in the darkness, but no shots were fired. The humans wanted nothing yet, only to be seen. Their message was clear: they had the power to destroy any threat, but they were calculating, patient, and precise. Zero turned to the council again. "They are here. Your time to act is now. Prepare your defenses, send diplomats, evacuate civilians, do whatever you can, but know this: you are facing something you cannot ignore. Something you do not understand. Something stronger than anything in this galaxy." For the first time in centuries, the Galactic Council feared a legend. They had laughed at the stories of humanity. They had mocked the old tales. But now, those stories were real, and they were moving fast. The first contact had been made. The humans had spoken. The galaxy was listening. And the humans were coming closer. The next few hours would decide everything. Some aliens prayed. Some fled. Others tried to prepare their armies. But nothing could stop the fleet. The humans were patient, but they were relentless. And the council had finally learned the truth: myths could be deadly. The edge of the galaxy burned with tension. Alien fleets scrambled to the border systems, sending warnings, calling for reinforcements, and trying desperately to prepare. But the humans did not rush. Their ships moved steadily, silently, with the calm certainty of predators. Millions of vessels glinted faintly in the void, their designs sleek, dark, and unlike anything the aliens had ever built. Inside the council station, Commander Zero paced. His glowing yellow eyes scanned the main displays. The room buzzed with panic. Every leader had sent their fleets, but the reports kept coming back worse than before. Scout ships were disappearing. Communication signals were being jammed. Sensors detected strange energy signatures that the aliens could not explain. "They are here," Zero said, his voice low. "And they are already among us, in ways we cannot even see." A young KRYL officer slammed his fist on the table. "We have thousands of ships. How can they even approach without being noticed?" "They are different," Zero replied. "They fight differently. They think differently. You cannot fight them with your usual tactics." Outside, the first human ships entered the inner galaxy. Unlike the alien fleets, which moved in predictable formations, the humans moved with purpose and flexibility. Some ships split into smaller groups, circling enemy patrols, scanning systems with strange devices that flickered with blue light. Others held formation, massive warships leading the advance, engines glowing faintly. The aliens could not detect all of them. Some human ships seemed to appear and disappear at will, moving faster than any known technology. Every attempt to attack or approach them failed. Weapons that normally destroyed entire fleets bounced off human shields or misfired completely. On the council station, alarms blared. Red lights flashed across the hall. Maps displayed by Zero showed the human fleet approaching in waves, striking multiple sectors simultaneously. Some alien leaders were shouting orders, others simply froze, staring at the displays in horror. Then, the humans spoke. A single ship separated from the fleet, moving toward the council station itself. Its hull was dark, sleek, almost menacing. The message that came through was simple and chilling. "We are here. We do not want war. But we will respond if attacked. Stand down, or prepare for the consequences." The voice was calm, firm, and unmistakably human. It echoed through the council station, silencing the chaos instantly. No alien dared speak. For the first time, they understood the power of the species they had mocked for centuries. Some of the council members tried to argue, saying that no single species could have such reach. But the evidence was undeniable. The human fleet was immense. Their technology was unmatched. Their strategy was flawless. And their presence was no longer a legend, it was reality. Commander Zero raised his hand, trying to calm the room. "Do not make mistakes now," he said. "Do not attack first. Do not underestimate them. Humanity is not like us. They do not fight for pride or territory. They fight to survive, and they fight to win. And they have waited a long time for this moment." The humans' advance continued. Entire fleets of alien patrols were rendered useless before they even realized what had happened. One moment, ships were visible on the sensors. The next, they were destroyed, disabled, or disappeared entirely. The precision of the human attacks stunned even the most experienced alien commanders. In one sector, the KRYL flagship attempted to confront a group of human ships. Within minutes, every weapon on their vessel failed, shields collapsed, and the crew was forced to retreat. Other fleets tried to assist, but the humans anticipated every move. It was as if they had already predicted the aliens' strategy before the battle began. Inside the council station, fear spread like wildfire. Leaders who had mocked humanity only hours before now understood the truth. The humans were not only real, they were unstoppable. Even the bravest generals could not hide their dread. Every communication from the outer fleets confirmed it. Aliens were losing ground, and the humans were advancing deeper into the galaxy with calm, calculated power. Commander Zero looked out from the council's observation deck at the vast darkness beyond the station. The tiny blue glows of distant stars reflected off the approaching human ships. He felt a mixture of fear, awe, and respect. For centuries, the galaxy had laughed at humans. Now they were paying attention, and they were terrified. The first wave of human ships reached the outer systems. Cities were evacuated, and military outposts tried to defend their planets. But the humans did not strike blindly. Their attacks were precise, surgical, designed to neutralize only those who posed a threat. Aliens who surrendered were spared, armies who resisted were destroyed with unmatched efficiency. The council station shook as alarms blared continuously. Every minute brought new reports of human ships outmaneuvering entire fleets, bypassing defenses, and striking key targets. Panic had replaced arrogance. The galaxy, which had ignored the legend of humanity for centuries, was now facing it in full force. And still, the humans did not stop. They advanced with patience, intelligence, and an unshakable purpose. Commander Zero realized the truth. This was not just a battle. It was a revelation. Humanity had returned, stronger than anyone could imagine, and the galaxy would never be the same again. The aliens had laughed at a myth. The myth had arrived. The silence in the council station was heavy. 4 hours, the alarms had screamed. Reports kept coming of human ships moving with precision, striking alien fleets without mercy, and bypassing defenses as if the galaxy belonged to them. Yet, despite their unstoppable advance, the humans had not attacked the council station itself. They had moved carefully, deliberately, almost as if waiting for something, or someone. Then, a single human ship separated from the main fleet and slowly approached the station. Its hull was dark, polished, and massive, reflecting the light of nearby stars. No weapons fired. No warning shots. The ship moved like a predator that already knew its prey could not escape. Inside the council chamber, Commander Zero and the alien leaders stared at the main screen as the human vessel came closer. The tension was unbearable. Some aliens held their weapons ready. Others simply froze. Nobody moved. Nobody dared breathe too loudly. Finally, a human figure appeared on the screen. Captain Reyes, the commander of the human fleet, looked directly at the assembly. His voice was calm, clear, and simple. Every word carried authority that no alien could ignore. You have ignored our warnings, he said. You destroyed our colonies. You attacked our people. You called us extinct. We are not extinct. We have returned. The council members tried to interrupt, shouting orders, asking for proof, denying reality. But Zero raised a hand. Listen, he said. Do not interrupt. This is humanity. The legend is speaking. Captain Reyes continued, his eyes scanning the alien leaders like he could see their fears. We do not want war. We do not attack those who surrender. But if you choose conflict, you will face the consequences. Every attack, every strike, every lie you have told about us, will be answered. We do not forget. We do not forgive. A wave of shock passed through the council. For centuries, they had dismissed humans as myths, weak, primitive, extinct. And yet here they were, alive, organized, and stronger than any alien could imagine. The room fell silent. Some leaders hid their faces. Others trembled openly. The KRYL leaders shouted in disbelief, their voices full of fear and anger. This cannot be. We control fleets, weapons, entire planets. How can humans do this? They fight differently, Zero said quietly. They do not rely on numbers alone. They plan. They adapt. They survive. And they remember everything. Outside, the human ship hovered just beyond the defensive perimeter. It emitted no sound. It fired no weapons. But its presence was enough. The council could see the full scale of the fleet behind it. Millions of ships, perfectly organized, spread across light years, all moving toward the inner systems with unshakable precision. Then, the humans made their first demonstration. Without warning, a distant alien ship, one of the council's patrol vessels, exploded in a silent flash. No shots fired. No alarms from the ship itself. Just gone. Another patrol vanished moments later. Sensors could not explain it. The aliens realized that the humans were not just powerful, they were capable of controlling the battlefield in ways they could not predict. Captain Reyes spoke again. We are not your enemy unless you make us one. If you surrender and allow us to correct the wrongs, you will live. If you resist, your fleets, your cities, your systems, will fall. This is your choice. A low murmur spread through the chamber. Some aliens argued, insisting they could fight back. Others pleaded for peace, realizing that resistance was futile. Every second that passed showed the humans' power more clearly. The fleet behind the single ship was not just a threat, it was a promise. Commander Zero turned to the assembly. Do not waste time. Do not provoke them. Humanity is patient, but they are relentless. One wrong move, and the galaxy will learn a lesson it cannot forget. The council debated, whispered, argued. Fear had replaced arrogance. Leaders who had once mocked humans now realized that survival depended on their next decisions. Outside the station, the human ship waited. It was calm, calculated, unmovable. Captain Reyes' final words rang through the chamber. We are here to restore balance. We are here to claim what was taken from us. Do not mistake mercy for weakness. Your choice is simple, surrender or face extinction. For the first time in centuries, the Galactic Council understood the truth. Humans were not a myth. They were not weak. They were not primitive. They were unstoppable. And now, the galaxy stood at the edge of a choice that would decide its fate. The Council had seconds to act. Every decision mattered. Every hesitation could be fatal. Outside, the fleet waited, silent and deadly. Inside, the alien leaders realized they were no longer in control. And humanity had just spoken. The galaxy trembled as the human fleet moved forward. For the first time, alien empires saw the full scale of their power. Millions of ships, sleek and deadly, advanced in perfect formation. Every movement was precise, every action calculated. The humans were not just an army, they were a force of nature, patient, intelligent, and unstoppable. Inside the council station, Alarms screamed without pause. Commander Zero watched the holographic maps, showing waves of human ships advancing through the outer systems. Reports of destroyed fleets arrived faster than anyone could comprehend. Entire patrols vanished without warning. Some planets had already lost communication. The humans were striking with surgical precision. The first full-scale attack began at the Tyran sector, a key stronghold of the KRYL Empire. Alien commanders believed their numbers would overwhelm the humans. Thousands of warships formed a massive defensive wall. Shields glowed bright, weapons primed, energy beams ready. Yet, as the humans approached, the alien commanders noticed something strange. The humans did not attack all at once. Instead, they moved in coordinated waves, scanning, testing, observing. Small groups of ships bypassed the front lines, disabling key targets without alerting the main fleet. Shields collapsed mysteriously. Weapons jammed. Alien ships that should have fought back were suddenly helpless. Panic spread through the ranks. Commander Zero's voice echoed across the council station. Do not underestimate them. Their attacks are not random. They are precise. They target weakness, confusion, and mistakes. Every move you make is anticipated. In the Tyrant sector, the KRYL flagship tried to counterattack. Its massive cannons fired relentlessly, energy beams cutting through space. But the humans were faster. They moved in patterns no alien mind could predict. One strike after another disabled entire squadrons without a single human ship being damaged. The flagship had no choice but to retreat. Across the galaxy, similar scenes unfolded. Alien empires scrambled to defend their systems, but every fleet that engaged humans suffered catastrophic losses. Ships disintegrated under invisible strikes, and armies fell before the humans even made contact. The aliens realized their tactics were useless. The humans were not just advanced, they were intelligent beyond any known strategy. Inside the council station, the panic became chaos. Leaders shouted, pointing fingers, blaming each other. Many begged for evacuation. Others wanted to surrender immediately, fearing total destruction. Commander Zero tried to maintain order. Focus. Every second counts. Do not provoke them unnecessarily. Humanity is not cruel. They are deliberate. If you surrender now, they may spare you. If you resist, you will be destroyed. Meanwhile, the humans continued their advance with cold efficiency. One human warship entered a major star system controlled by the Zarin Empire. The Zarin fleet was the largest in the region, confident in its strength. They fired upon the human ship, expecting it to fall like any other enemy. But it did not. The human vessel absorbed every strike, then released a precise counterattack that disabled the fleet entirely. No civilians were harmed. No cities destroyed. Just the military threat was neutralized. The aliens began to understand something terrifying. Humans did not destroy without reason. They did not attack recklessly. Every strike was targeted, every action purposeful. They fought to survive and they fought to win, but they also had rules. Aliens who submitted were spared. Aliens who resisted were eliminated. The humans were not monsters, they were perfect warriors, shaped by centuries of survival and war. Commander Zero turned to the council. They are not here for revenge alone. They are here for justice. Every system you attacked, every colony you destroyed, every lie you told, they will answer for it. Humanity fights not for glory. They fight to correct the wrongs done to them. And they are unstoppable. Reports kept arriving from every sector. Fleets that had once been proud and confident were now in retreat or destroyed entirely. Alien commanders struggled to regroup. Communications broke down. Panic was everywhere. The galaxy was realizing that this was not a war they could control. This was a war they could barely survive. Even the bravest leaders, who had mocked humanity for centuries, now understood the truth. Humans were more than myth. They were evolution, intelligence, and power combined. And they had returned for the first time, with patience, precision, and perfect strategy. In the outer systems, the humans paused only briefly to allow those willing to surrender to do so. Then they advanced again, sweeping away any remaining resistance. The Council watched helplessly as their defenses crumbled. Every second confirmed the humans' dominance. Every strike, every maneuver, proved the aliens' worst fears. They had underestimated the humans for centuries. Commander Zero looked out from the observation deck, his glowing yellow eyes reflecting the advancing fleet. For centuries, the galaxy had laughed at humans. Now, the laughter had died. The humans were no longer a myth. They were a force beyond reckoning. And as the first wave of human ships prepared to move deeper into the galaxy, the Council understood one horrifying truth. The humans had returned, and nothing in the galaxy would ever be the same again. The galaxy was quiet now, but not peaceful. Silence hung over the Council station, heavy with the weight of defeat. Alien fleets had been shattered. Systems once proud and confident lay exposed. And at the center of it all, the humans hovered, patient, calculated, and unstoppable. Inside the Council chamber, leaders trembled. Commander Zero stood at the front, his yellow eyes scanning the terrified assembly. Every alien present had seen the humans' power. Every alien had realized their mistake. The laughter that had once filled the galaxy at the thought of humanity was gone, replaced by awe, fear, and respect. Then, the humans arrived. Not with fire or destruction this time, but with calm authority. A single human ship docked at the Council station. Its hull was sleek, black, and polished. The ramp descended slowly, and Captain Reyes stepped forward. He walked into the chamber with quiet confidence, unarmed, yet commanding every eye in the room. The chamber fell silent. No one dared speak. Even the most defiant leaders kept their heads down. Captain Reyes' voice, calm and measured, broke the stillness. "We did not come to destroy the galaxy," he said. "We did not come to rule by fear. We came because we must. You attacked our colonies. You destroyed our people. You called us myths, and you laughed. Now you know the truth." He paused, letting his words sink in. Every alien felt the weight of history pressing down on them. "But we do not seek war unnecessarily," he continued. "Those who surrender, those who admit their mistakes, will be spared. Those who resist, who continue the cycle of violence, will face the consequences. Humanity does not forgive easily. Humanity does not forget." Commander Zero stepped forward. "Captain Reyes, the Council. They wish to understand. What is your demand? How can we survive this?" Captain Reyes turned his gaze to the entire assembly. The galaxy must be united in truth and respect. Humanity will take responsibility for guiding those who have lost their way. Those who cooperate will thrive. Those who resist will fall. This is not punishment. It is balance. A murmur ran through the room. Some aliens shivered. Some lowered their weapons. Even the KRYL, proud warriors who had once mocked humanity, bowed their heads. They understood what power truly meant, and they understood that humanity had earned it. Captain Reyes raised a hand, signaling calm. "We are not here to destroy innocent life. We are here to end unnecessary war. We are here to protect the galaxy from itself. Let this be the beginning of a new era." Slowly, the Council began to respond. Some leaders asked for guidance. Others promised to surrender their fleets. The humans accepted those who complied, offering protection and instruction. Ships that resisted were neutralized with minimal force. It was precise, fair, and absolute. Outside, the galaxy watched. Systems that had once ignored humanity now reported the arrival of human fleets in every sector. They were not there to terrorize. They were there to impose order, to demonstrate strength, and to ensure that the cycle of violence and arrogance that had allowed alien empires to dominate would not continue. Commander Zero, standing beside the captain, could hardly believe what he saw. "You fight with honor," he said quietly. Captain Reyes nodded. "We fight to survive and to protect our own." Humanity does not seek glory. We seek balance. And now, the galaxy must understand that the smallest world can hold the greatest power. The council chamber, once filled with arrogance and doubt, now bowed to the truth. The humans were not myths. They were not weak. They were unstoppable. And their arrival had changed everything. As the final alien fleets surrendered and systems began to communicate under the new order, Captain Reyes looked out at the stars. He knew that this was only the beginning. The galaxy had seen what humanity could do. It had felt their power. And it would never forget. The legend had returned, not as a story whispered in fear, but as reality. A new era had begun, an era where humanity led, where their strength and intelligence shaped the galaxy, and where respect, fear, and hope coexisted under one undeniable truth: humans were unstoppable. Commander Zero watched the fleet settle, the systems reporting compliance, and the galaxy slowly realigning. He felt awe, relief, and something he had never thought possible: admiration. Humanity had not only survived, they had returned stronger than anyone could imagine. And so, the galaxy changed forever. Myths became reality. Legends walked among the stars. And humanity, once doubted and laughed at, now commanded the respect and fear of every civilization. The humans had arrived. The galaxy would never be the same again.